I want to do a compilation album with all R&B singers.
Let's give a welcome to Faith Evans, Nikki Gilbert, Selena Johnson, Kiki Wyatt, and Monifa.
Hey, what's up? It's Faith Evans, and you are watching Ebony.com. And don't forget to pick up my album, Faith Evans R&B Divas, in stores now.
Basically, you are executive producing the new show, R&B Divas, and you know how African Americans are portrayed in reality TV. So what was it about the concept behind this show that made you say you want to get involved in something like that?
Well, having had a few other offers on the table to do reality shows, like by myself, Nikki Gilbert, who's a good friend of mine, who's also EP of the show, it was originally her concept, and she had a cast of ladies that she wanted to do a show with. She called me and asked me would I be interested in coming on board as a co-EP with her, knowing that I had already had some, pilots that I had shot, and, actually had a network that wanted to do a show with me. But I sort of just was waiting on it because I really didn't think I wanted to shoulder a show by myself. And I told her, sure, I, get on board and help her pitch the show. But initially, she had a different idea of what she wanted it to be about, but which I'm sure you'll talk about later. But I mean, I just felt like it would be a better vehicle for me to be able to do reality TV and to still have creative input as a co-EP.
So within the show, we've seen Nikki struggle with her love for singing. Is that something that you've ever had to deal with yourself over the years?
No, I've never struggled with my love for singing. And also, I think more so what people are seeing is Nikki's reaction to someone trying to impart on her that she's lost her love for her passion for singing. When she said that that wasn't her passion, she was meaning that from a place of like, I've been very successful at some other things. So right now, I'm not tripping about going in the studio making an album. I'm just doing this for my friend. Just doing it.
Can you tell us a little bit about your relationship with Whitney and what her life and legacy means to music as a whole?
Well, my relationship with Whitney was definitely, it was special to me because we met, in passing a few times, and the first time she actually came up to me was the first time I performed at Clive Davis's annual Grammy event. And she was walking toward me down the hallway singing like the intro to my first album, I Have the Faith. And I was like, oh my God, Whitney Houston. And she's like, I love you, girl, Jersey. And I mean, I would see her, and I, of course, adored her and had so much respect for her. But after losing Big was when she reached out to me and we actually forged a friendship. She just put it, God put it on her heart to try and embrace me at a time that I was going through a lot. And that's really when our friendship started. And we ended up being neighbors when I moved to Georgia. So she used to come by my house a lot, her and Bobby and Chrissy. And, we just had a special relationship.
What do you, I guess, touch on maybe her impact in music and like her, her legacy and all that good stuff, and the fact that she's not with us anymore?
That voice was like undeniable. And I think every girl singer who thought she could sing, who wanted to sing, who can sing, has had to have been influenced by Whitney Houston at one time or another in their lives. To actually have gotten to know the real person she was, the same adoration that people have for her from afar, like if they really knew her, they would adore the person just as much, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I know that I was lucky and able to actually get to know the real person, and she was just a great spirit.
So we've seen in the show China just finishing up her first year of school, college. CJ's been doing a little acting. Have any of your kids ever approached you with pursuing a career in music?
Yes. China is a writer, producer, engineer. She sings. She actually had a mixtape that she put out on her own last year. And she's really dope. But, I think she realizes, you know, as a parent, you don't want to say, well, you know, I try and give them the freedom to try stuff, but, you know, always kind of giving the real reality check to it, like, okay, so what after that? Like, what's going to happen after that?
Mm-hmm.
My son Joshua, who's 14, is probably like the one that sings the most in the family.
Okay.
You can hear him all night, like trying to record himself until I make him turn the computer off and go to sleep.
Did you ever express any, you know, want to rap or anything like that, or no?
Not real. There was a time a couple of years ago when he was, you know, recording, using the garage band and sending stuff to one of the guys in Junior Mafia's son who raps. But I mean, he's sort of over the phase of wanting to do it. You know, it was a hobby,
Right.
and now he's not. He's into music, but he doesn't want to be a performer.
Okay.
He said he wants to get into film and be behind the camera.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Memory.
And tell me a little bit about the album and your lead single, Tears of Joy, which is out now.
Hey.
So tell me a little bit about it.
The album, Faith Evans R&B Divas, is a compilation with some of the R&B divas that were on my wish list.
Okay.
The ladies in the cast of the TV show R&B Divas, and also Kelly Price and Fantasia loaned their services.
All right.
And it's just a good album. It's sort of, I like to liken it to albums like the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack, where you just had good music from
Right.
beginning to end, different moods, different tempos, different feelings, but it's just good old R&B music.
So, what about solo album?
Mm-hmm.
When can we get some more of that?
I am back in the studio recording. Prior to R&B Divas being actually picked up,
Mm-hmm.
I was in the studio recording, working on what was to be my 7th album.
Right.
And again, the whole premise for the show, that all kind of came after.
Right.
So this ended up being my 7th album.
Mm-hmm.
But I have material that I've been working on for like a year, 2 years. So it's not going to be a long stretch for me to finish my next album and have it out next year.
So back to your upcoming solo project, is there any chance we're gonna get any collaborations with Diddy?
Yeah. I mean, I would never rule it out.
Okay.
I love Puff.
But no, just solo Faith Evans
Reality show?
Yeah. No.
I mean, I'm not saying no, but if somebody came with a great concept, you know, but you know, the whole being in my house and all that, that's not gonna happen.
Something told me I knew you were gonna say
Never
that.
in a million years.
Nice. Okay. And I'll follow you.
What else? I'm performing in New York,
Oh, there
November
we go.
24th at the Apollo Theater. So,
There we go.
yeah, all the tri-state area fans, come check me out.
Jersey.
What?
All right. We want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Ebony.com. My lovely guest, Faith Evans.
Hey.
Peace.